Well, this is your boy DD758 Sakafet. To all my subscribers, I'd like to say thank you. And to all my new subscribers, I'd like to say thank you. Don't forget to hit the like button and don't forget to leave a comment. Married at First Sight Reunion Part 1. The shenanigans. The shenanigans. Those people still up to the same old. Like, there is nothing new. You understand? Like, I haven't seen anything new on this Part 1. I'm hoping maybe Part 2 might be any better, but I don't see any change in Part 2. Okay, let's start with Clara and Ryan. Clara and Ryan. Clara said she had some news. I was so excited. I was like, oh, they consummated the wedding. Sorry, they consummated the marriage. Like, maybe Clara's got some action. I was like waiting to hear, or maybe there is a baby on the way. And then I was like, oh, we're going to renew our vows. I was like, that's what I was been waiting for. Like last week, I was like excited. I was like, I'm ready to see you, or ready to hear. But then all she did was she just said they're going to renew their vows. They're still going for the same woes they've been having with their marriage. Like Ryan's still acting like yeah, sure, yeah. But one question: what did Ryan have on though? Ryan out there looking like those dude from Robin Hood Men in Tights. That mustache and that green suit. Like, what's up with Ryan and his dressing, yo? I don't know where Ryan dress like gets his outfits from, but it's just a little funny to me. But I don't know. And then he cut his beard and he has this mustache going on. Well, I guess Clara loved that, but they're still going for the same thing. There's nothing new. The only thing new is they're going to renew their vows. I can't say much about the two of them. I wish them the best. That marriage just suck to me. I'm just being honest. We got Vincent and Brianna. Vincent and Brianna is the same thing. They're still in love. She moved to Vincent's place. They showcased the apartment. It's the usual. They spoke about having kids. It's the same thing. Nothing different. Then we got what's his name? Erik and Virginia. Erik mom came. Erik mom spoke about her heart surgery. Erik and Virginia spoke about having kids. Like she said, she's 50-50, meaning that her 50-50 is like when he's ready to have kids, she'll have kids, but it's not anytime soon. So there's still like it's the same ups and downs where they argue behind the scenes and then they can't come to a conclusion. Erik is still pretending like he likes Virginia's friends. He still he said that's the first time I'm hearing that. He is allergic to cats, but the allergy comes sometimes. I knew that man was never allergic to no cats. You understand? He's just pretending that he's allergic to cats because he didn't want the cats in his apartment, point blank. Like I said, he looked like the kind of dude that would probably rent a hotel, have her bring her pets, throw the ball over the balcony, have the dog jump over the balcony to get the ball. And that'll be the last you'll see of that dog. So I'm just saying, I agree with you, Kamisha Allen. Kinda. How can you be kinda allergic to cats? That dude is a clown, you. And he's just playing games. But like I said, he's just afraid of failure, and that's what he's afraid of. Like, his parents had this, I think, yes, I should say all American wedding, all American life, all American family. So he basically just wants to be that. He don't want to fail. He's still controlling, he still don't like her friends. And basically that's about it. And then let me bring this picture up because I want to know why these two fools out here. Let me bring that up. Just give me a minute. Why these two fools out here looking like that's Grumpy Smooth, and I don't even know what to call the other one. Where's Papa Smooth when you need Papa Smooth? Because Papa Smooth got to take all of them two Smooths. I don't know. Both of them, the suits look alike. Both of them look like they came for blood, and that was just really ridiculous. The way the two of them acted. But Chris, we all know Chris is a problem. We saw the real Chris time and time again. We see Chris and we see him come out. We see the real person he is. He always aggressive. He always wants to fight. And he was talking about when the host talked to him about Mercedes, and he said he didn't like the way Pastor Dwight spoke about Mercedes. But what were you doing? What were you doing to Paige? What were you doing to Paige? Please tell us, what were you doing? Were you doing any different to Paige? So he's defending Mercedes than he's defending Paige, which he have been doing all season. And Paige is still taking Chris nonsense. She said at the end of the interview that she's moved on, but after that they still went to counseling to try and reconcile the marriage to see how far they can get with the marriage, which they didn't get that far, and then they reconciled it. But I think Pastor Dwight has a motive as well, because Chris didn't. I don't like Chris that much, but Chris did make a point. If you're going to talk to Paige, why didn't you run it by Chris before you go talk to Paige? Do you understand? So what really are you trying to get at, Pastor Dwight? And then you spill some tea to Paige that Paige didn't know that the man was engaged twice, which he had to tell her, or he was engaged or whatever. You know, when he spilled that tea to Paige, like Paige was like, "Oh, whoa, really?" And Paige didn't know. So what I'm trying to understand, I think Pastor Dwight had a motive, and they ended up in that argument. Chris Last night, Chris was live on Instagram. Chris said he got them. What he said? He said he got. He said his hands are deadly weapons. I guess because he's been in the army. He went live venting. He started cussing people out. He cussed his followers out. He was like, F you, F you, F you, a bunch of F's he was just throwing around the place. Like, he was really mad last night. And he said there are a lot of things that happen behind the scene that we don't see, but it's happening. You understand? So he's trying to basically blame everybody else for his bad behavior. We saw on the live. He did apologize to Paige for his bad behavior. But I think Chris needs to go to anger management classes, because it's clear that there is something that's burning inside of Chris, that Chris is really angry about certain things in his life. I don't know if it's childhood. I don't know what really it is that he's mad about, but there's something about Chris that Chris is struggling with something inside that has him being really angry, or he gets really angry real fast. But like I said, Pastor Dwight, I think that dude had a motive. I don't know what his motive was. I mean, you're trying to be good. If you and Chris were boys or friends, you will definitely have that discussion before he met Paige. But the thing is, Chris do not like correction, and Pastor Dwight said Chris do not like correction, which is very true. So Pastor Dwight basically was just calling him out and saying, because of his bad behavior, and saying what he really is. But he got to the point where he told Pastor Dwight to step outside. They can settle that outside. He started arguing, started being angry. And let me bring up this next picture, because I want to know, Paige, during that whole misunderstanding, during that whole argument, look at Paige's face. Paige just sat there smiling. So I'm trying to comprehend what really is it about Chris? Like, it looked like she was really impressed by Chris, being aggressive towards Pastor Dwight. And she just sitting there smiling, like she's not being serious, up until when they look like they were about to throw those hands on each other. The two Smurfs, I call them. That's when she actually stood up and tried to basically separate the two of them. But we need Papa Smurf. We honestly need Papa Smurf. We got Grumpy Smurf in the house. Maybe you guys can come up in the comments. You can come up with a name for the other Smurf, Pastor Dwight. But I really do not know what really happened behind the scenes. Chris is claiming behind the scenes that it is what it is. Like, there are so many things we didn't see. That's what he's claiming. Then we got Haley and Jacob. Jacob also went live last night, and Jacob spilled some tea. And I didn't know that. I think it was 7 days. He said 7 days or a few days before they got married, Haley was with some other dude, and she went on a date with some other dude, and it actually slipped out of Clara's mouth. Now, he said that on his live last night. That's why I follow them, because sometimes it's good to follow them. They spill some tea, but he said he has more receipts and more stuff coming. But you have to ask production first before you actually put it out there. And basically they're saying Haley, he's saying that Haley is not, like, Haley never liked him from the get-go, which we already knew. Haley never tried. We already know. So Haley just didn't feel attracted to Jacob. That's what it is. It's been like that for a long time. It is what it is. But he's saying that he doesn't work. He said Haley wants this kind of this lavish lifestyle where I guess she wants to be a housewife, or she wants a high value man, I'll put it like that. But then Last night was very interesting after the show when on Instagram was popping with Chris and Jacob. Jacob was in his tub. Jacob was in his hot tub, in his 60s hot tub last night, talking about Haley and spilling some tea. But basically, we can just have a discussion about that reunion. I didn't see much happening in that reunion, but Chris acting the fool as usual. But then, hi, Kia Simone.
Hello.
What's up?
I don't have much to say. I'm so over it. It's like we all gonna need counseling after this season. I mean, it's like ridiculous. I keep saying this. I was trying to watch it last night, then I tried to watch it again. I fell asleep. I woke up. It was over. I was like, "What? Okay, I can't." It's just it hurts it just hurts your head. Like literally, my head is hurting. The best part of the show was Bree was very pretty. That's might be shallow, but that was the only good part I saw. I just my boy Jacob.
Huh?
So we could talk about my boy Jacob. I didn't know Haley didn't have a job, so she came in without a job. So she was leaving every day at 9:00. So where was she going?
That's a very good question. I don't know. Haley alone knows where she was going at that time of the night. And he said she would only come back when it's time to film.
Yeah, so I think like when we were talking earlier, they're like actors and stuff, and I think they all just trying. I'm starting to think like all these reality shows, they just come in with a motive. If it work, it work. If it don't, they want to just do, become rappers and IG models or whatever they're doing. But it was just the reunion. It was like I think they're just trying to just make it long, Lifetime. That's the channel station. Yeah. I think they're just like prolonging. Like it's like a slow death, like what Jacob said. It's a slow death to divorce. It's like a slow death for us. This is like one of the longest episodes that it seemed just like it was just dragged out.
Yeah, because it's the same thing over and over. We all know Brianna and Vincent. We know their story. We got Haley and Jacob.
It's recorded though, because you see on the part that I did catch when Vincent tried to retract what he said about her being bossy. Now a couple of weeks ago, you said that turned you off, and she had a problem with it. Now when you on the interview, he's like, "Oh no, I didn't have a problem." I'm like, y'all be backpedaling and stepping and all kind of stuff. So I just don't think they're being their true, authentic selves. I mean, like I said, I can't judge because I wouldn't want my life on TV, like, you all in my business. But I think they're not being their true, authentic selves.
Let me bring up Crystal. What's up, Crystal? Where's she at?
I just.
I thought you on a call with Jacob.
Say it again.
No, since I didn't see you, I said I thought you were on a call with Jacob.
You did, yes. My man called me. I had to run off real quick. I'm back now. That is so funny. Is this like at 15 episodes? Like this is crazy. Like he was just saying, I'm like, man, this is a lot. This is a lot, but this is a lot to unpack too. Like, but at the same time, like Erik and Virginia, I was like asleep. I was like, oh, I don't even remember. I was like this, like,
wait, Crystal, literally, I fell asleep. Dee was like, I guess message like, "Are you coming on today?" And I'm like, "Oh, I just woke up. It was a Chris on the screen yelling, and I see Paige booty in the pastor face." I was like, literally, when you
woke up at the right time,
girl. But I think we're all like in the chat. If you're over it, type in "over it." I think we're all over it. Yesterday was the best night. We were like, finally, it's done.
Right. And I have come to the conclusion, and I've been saying this all season, like when she does this smile, like this all teeth, like her teeth are like together like that. It's a weird smile. It's like this nervous smile. A lot of people start laughing hysterically when they get nervous or when they're faced with something. Some people have that thing that they do. She's got this nervous smile that she does. It's a specific smile that she does when she's completely nervous and doesn't know what to do. I'm sorry. That's what I think.
That's what I said, because people, were saying that she was a smirk. Now, Crystal, like I said, the part I woke up on. So
all you saw was butt, though. It was the funniest thing. they kept the camera on, and I said, why are they keeping the camera on the lookalike?
Paige booty.
Yeah, they kept the camera on the pastor. Why
No,
are they they're doing that specifically?
Wait, why? Okay, let's just go here. Why are you, if Chris and you are done, even if you're not done, you never get between two men. So Paige, you all wrong. I don't care if it was.
I don't think she wanted to though. Remember, Kevin said, Paige, can you get them to stop? She was sitting there like this, like with her nervous smile. Yeah, she didn't want to. She was like, and I do think that she's kind of checked out. She even said earlier, we're not right for each other or something. She said like that. She didn't want to. At that point, she was just like, she didn't want to relive the bus. Chris. She didn't want to do that. I got the impression.
Y'all know that man is crazy, Chris.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I was messaging y'all last night. Like he was like, I think he was like having a nervous breakdown. Something is mentally wrong with that man. Y'all said Didi would give him a pass.
No, there's so many things. First of all, them dressing alike was hilarious. I was like,
no, but what I want to
exactly. I said, is the stitching exactly the same? Is this the same exact suit? No.
I honestly think
they carry that suit at K&G. I actually saw it this weekend. And I said, oh my God, Chris with $800,000 worth of value is shopping and buying suits at K&G, him and the pastor.
I said K&G.
That's so funny.
Right. Is K&G the place where you buy one, get one free or something?
Buy one, get one, buy one, get one half price.
Okay, so they must have went in there together and they basically.
Please.
All of Chris's suits can be found in K&G.
I believe you.
I'm not lying. I was just in there and with my son, and lo and behold, I said, "What? $800,000 worth millionaire young little entrepreneurs shopping at K&G."
I believe it. So are we started with Chris and Paige because just like I said last week, the way he puts words together, I said he has had marketing training. Like that's what I meant when Kevin said you are just reading from a script. He knew that we were going to get on him, so he knew what to say. And I don't believe him, but just the fact that he talks like this, I said, this is a script, and it's more insulting that Paige didn't get it before now. But just the way he puts sentences together, just like even the girls were saying, this is impressive. Do you hear how he's putting words together? Like, oh, come on. But the way he talks to you.
The most kind artists are good. But he's good at what he's doing what he does. He mastered it. And
that's my point.
Paige she's not hitting the game.
Let me ask Diali what she think about that whole episode with Pastor Dwight.
Please ask Diali.
Chris. Diali, let's try and keep it. Let's try and keep it like no problem.
Let Diali go.
Listen. You know that Ninja taught the panties off Paige. He taught the panties right off her, and he's talking the panties off her right to date. They are not finished. This man said that her face was what this Kia call it, busted. Her face was busted. Yeah, because he wanted a Latin queen, he wanted a white queen, he wanted a queen. He didn't want her face. But all of a sudden they're going counseling because he wanted that poom poom. That's all he was interested in. And I mean,
yeah, because go ahead.
But she stood up, and that poor pastor, he was trying to focus. He was trying hard to focus, and all that big ass was in his face while he was trying to calm this man down. He didn't know where to look. She knew what she was doing. She's very clever, She's very clever. She's not as dumb as she makes out. She's very clever.
But the pastor has a motive, though. There's no reason. I agree with with Didi earlier. There's no reason for him to have reached out to Paige independently of Chris, who even if they weren't friends anymore, he's the person you have a relationship with. You've never met Paige except for a couple weeks earlier. So he shouldn't have done that. His motive was he wants to get out and build up his platform. So, and then coming on there, come on. So
he wanted TV time. It was all about TV time. And then it was TV gold when she stood up in that tight ass dress with that big old butt in the man's holy face. Yeah. The man's trying to focus on, reading the Bible later. He doesn't want that image in his head.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Yeah. Oh gosh, yeah. Yeah, he did.
Yes, he did.
I tell you, that whole thing, I loved it. The whole thing right up until then, and I tell you, Ryan and Clara and his 1930s mustache, because he knows I'm calling him Wolverine. Yeah, he knows I'm calling him Wolverine. So, they watch all this, and, they're the best marriage, they're getting married again. She hasn't come up from his belly button. So what they're going to get married to do?
Oh, that was skipping ahead. That is the old time barbershop, the old time barber's mustache. Yeah.
Let me say this about the pastor and Chris. They both have the same motive. They were good friends. They both use the church in the ways in which they do, and they both are on the show with the same motive to become famous. That's it. He didn't come on here to marry to marry Paige or marry anyone else, because we know in June, he and Mercedes were still together. Both of them had COVID together. Mercedes went to the hospital for it, and then he married Paige in August. So I'm not hearing it. It's all fake. Paige may not know it's fake, but it's fake. Mercedes has left Chris, and now he's going to work Paige because he needs her good credit in order to do anything else. That's it. It don't get deeper than that.
But and the only reason, I'm sorry, Kia. The only reason why Mercedes left him, because he realized that Chris was dicking down the girl with the bad face all along. And she was horrified. She thought she was going to come there. She thought she was going to come there and shame Paige. But when she realized Paige had, she had the ace card, she didn't know what to do. And the quickest thing was saying, we're finished. We're finished.
She had her man, and he just took her to Cancun in January. She's no longer with him because he don't have no money. That's why he didn't want to talk about what happened to that leased Mercedes. He had to turn it in. That's what happened to it.
ISIS has all the tea.
Yes. Like, tell me more.
All out. Yes, he took Mercedes for her birthday to Cancun in January of this year.
That I saw. I didn't remember the date, but that I saw was the Cancun trip. But I didn't know about COVID.
Yes.
No, those women are paying for him. Those women are paying for him. He's the kind of guy who's so sweet talking. They forget the swelling of his mashed up face. They look past all that, the whispering in the ear and all that he does. Them women are paying for him. I don't think he's paid out a dime out of that money that he might have left for Mercedes franchise.
To be honest, for Mercedes, I think he was spending money on Mercedes, but I don't think he's spending money on Paige.
I agree.
He absolutely was spending money on Mercedes.
So do y'all know about the pyramid schemes? Dudes do it all the time. So it might be another girl in this equation that we just don't know about. So dudes, like, I know a person real close to me that got caught up in the pyramid scheme. It was tax time. So he got the money from the other girl, and then when he came over to meet my person, he was like, I'm gonna buy you a dog, buy all the goodies to go with the dog, was buying all, cashing her out. So then when he finally got her in, then he started getting money from her, and it was just like a little scheme. So that's what they do. So the money's coming from somewhere, and I'm with you, D'Ali. If he stay with Paige, it's because, like, girl, you got good credit, you got a house. He's gonna benefit from the situation. Trust me.
And it ain't just women he getting money from either. But you ain't hear that from me.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
ISIS, do you have any files on me? You have anything you know about me? You want to tell me?
Doing my research while in Atlanta and trust and believe he don't only get money from women. Why do you think this young man is so pressed to get married? Why? So pressed. Super pressed. He wasn't even in a relationship with Mercedes for a year before he asked her to marry him. There's a reason why. And isn't he supposed to be a former pastor? When he gets to do that, how old is the boy? Let's think about that. So there's some truths that aren't being told. How old are you that you're a former pastor?
He's 28. He's 28, right?
No, he's 32. He's 32.
He's 32?
Yeah.
Chris?
So now he's 32. Okay. So
no, that's what I know. Paige is 27, and to me, he's 32 from what I know, or 30 or something like that.
So he went to college. He started a business. He's supposed to be flipping houses is how he make his money. He was the youngest person to open up a Subway that closed soon thereafter. Okay.
Yeah, I know you guys heard
27. He's 27.
Okay. So
27. So what's Paige age? How old is Paige then?
That Paige was 28.
Oh, I thought she was 25. Okay. Well, still some foolishness, regardless.
I guess I mixed up the ages.
Paige is old enough to know better. That's what
Paige is 25. It says she's 25.
Yeah, that's what someone told me.
25 years old.
So them ATL streets are real messy, Chris.
What's 27?
Going on in your streets, because this right here is some straight shenanigans. Chris, I can't. Like I said, he just all over the place. Like I said, if he was the youth pastor, and just because somebody a pastor don't mean that they right with the Lord. So y'all just because he said he was a pastor. Okay, I can go. I know somebody that went online and got a certificate, and now they saying they're a pastor. You're not about to marry. What? Yep. You a pastor? Okay.
Yeah. This is like you can go online and get ordained to marry people in a day. You can probably do the same thing in a weekend. Well, you're supposed to go to seminary school. You're supposed to.
Pastors are adults when they pastor to the youth. Youth pastors aren't 12.
No, but they're like 21. Okay, so let's go back a little bit because Kevin asked Chris a question. He asked him, when did you actually find out that Mercedes was pregnant? I believe that he found out. That's one of the reasons why he was gone after the wedding night.
She wasn't pregnant, folks.
Isis she was pregnant. I love how Isis will say something and mute herself.
How do you know?
And then she muted herself.
That girl was not pregnant. That girl was never pregnant.
Where's my what?
Paperwork that he showed us.
Yeah, you in and out.
That paperwork.
For me.
Yeah, he showed us everything online.
When she went to the hospital and was checked in for COVID in June, there was no dates on that paperwork. It was just that somebody went to the hospital and he showed her bracelet. But he didn't show the date. He showed her name. That was from June when she had.
That was from June, but she lost a baby. I thought she lost a baby in September or October sometime.
Yeah, you thought that, right? Okay.
Sure. Let's just conclude. Let's not even waste no more time on Chris and Paige. Well, I think that they were all into it. I think, like I said, Dee said, and we both agreed early on that he agreed to come on, and probably the pastor was involved too. They all had to sit down and say, "This is what we're gonna do so we can get on TV and advance our whatever we're trying to do." Now, Paige may have not been aware of it, but Mercedes was upset when she found out he was all up in that. And that wasn't part of the agreement. Like, what? You all the time? Because she was like, wait. What you say? You see her body language when Paige said
that wasn't part of the agreement. That wasn't part of the plan to get their brand out there. You're right. It wasn't. So that's why she was acting the way she was. Because he was supposed to break up with the person, bring her on the show like we saw, and then they would build their brand. Because apparently they didn't get on, put a ring on it. But you ain't hear that from me.
Wait, Dee, you gotta do another show, Dee.
Right. No, there is another show. Put a ring on it. There is another show.
I'm giving you another topic right quick before we move on. So you know how sometimes people would say, well, go flirt with somebody to get us a better deal on this house or car, do you think like we should talk around that? Why you look at Crystal? Because people do. They'd be like, okay,
no, I'm listening. You're right.
Yeah, send the wife in. I already know dude got a crush on you. Go ahead and close this deal on this car and get it for $10,000 cheaper. So I think, like I said, they had a deal, him and Mercedes, and it just kind of Chris got caught up.
Chris messed up the deal.
And
my last thing is Paige said several times this was not just Chris. I shouldn't have stayed. This was me as well. So that was, we're always talking about how her mental health and stuff. She has admitted, listen, I needed to be better. We're not good together.
She was the one also instigating the sex. Yes, that's what she was admitting. Yeah, she liked it, she wanted it, and she wants some more.
And she was, because Chris was like, no more sex talk, please. And then she got that nervous smile.
Look, Paige, you have to look at Paige's body language, because Paige started beating her eyes. Like, it looked like she was really embarrassed about the sex part. And she's like, she tired of people asking her about it. Like, she don't want to talk about it. He don't want to talk about it. But let's move on, because I'm just tired of Married at First Sight. Let's move to Erik and Virginia.
The daughter and the dad.
Did you say
the daughter and the dad relationship? I mean, that's the most boring thing ever. She looked like she had Stockholm syndrome. She was being programmed. She was let out of the cellar. She was out of the basement, for a couple hours, and he was squeezing her hand all the way to the studio, and he said, listen, you messed this up. Yeah, you're going back in tonight, and I'm putting a padlock on the door. If you're a good girl, I'm going to let you eat at the table. She got Stockholm syndrome. She don't want that man. She don't want that man.
Yeah, because it was kind of rehearsed to me. Also,
because she's
now all of a sudden she's saying she don't go out that much. How did you just want to oh yeah, I want to go out and this and that, whatever. So now she's like, well, I really don't go out that much, so it really is not a problem now. We've worked out all our problems. I wanted to be like, blink twice if you're okay. But hey, if y'all love it, I love it.
If you like it, I love it. Just like you said earlier.
They stressing me out on these ATL streets, Crystal. I was like, I've never seen so much foolery.
But did you guys?
Yes, I got my own room and I got my cat. I got the room for my cats.
Right. I was just about to say that. Did you guys see when she was showing the house? It was like a father and daughter thing. Like, the father got the daughter her own room, so she was so excited and ecstatic. She's like, I got my own room. That's my cat.
Yeah.
And like, is that a father and daughter? Or is that husband and wife?
Yeah, there's no husband and wife relationship in there. He's the father, she's a daughter, and when she's rude, he puts her in the basement and he puts the padlock on the door. And if she's a very good girl, she gets to eat round the table with her and her cat and him. He's not interested in her. He wants someone to control, and he knows she's quite weak and her mental state isn't too strong. You can tell. And besides,
he would say that he was a little tense prior. So she did say that Virginia is calming him down a little bit. So
I did feel bad for the mom, and I understand that.
Hi, Maria.
Like, one's had open heart surgery. Yeah, hi Maria. The mom had open heart surgery last year, so that makes her think about her mortality and wanting grandkids and stuff like that. So, but I hope that, as Diali said, I hope Maria, or what's her name, Virginia. Excuse me.
Ooh, don't confuse her with me now.
I know, because I just said Maria and then I said Virginia. Right, but I hope that Virginia doesn't just have a child just to appease him. Because if she starts, like you said, Stockholm syndrome, she's just gonna have, fold and have a child just to appease him, or just start to do what he wants.
But Crystal, if she has a child, before he leaves to fly the plane or wherever he's flying it to, he's gonna bring out the shackles for her to make sure it's long enough for her just to reach the sink and get a water, reach the fridge and get something to eat, but she does not leave that house. I'm telling you, she's a victim. She's a victim. ID channel's waiting for that one.
No, I agree. I do.
Maria, what you gotta say, Maria?
So y'all, you guys are talking about Virginia and them right now. Like, they're just a bunch of liars. Like they know that they're miserable, they're still fighting,
Mm.
you know, all that. Like I will say for once Virginia's makeup looked nice. On the topic of makeup though, I gotta take it back to Chris and Paige. Paige,
Match
who's
your
doing your
face with your
makeup?
face.
Like
Okay.
Match
the
with
makeup
your face.
needs like this. Like
Okay.
I feel like they're using cadaver makeup on her because she was just looking like real pale. Like what is
I
going
will
on?
say, so this is what I think. Because in Atlanta, there's plenty of black makeup artists. Her foundation was way too dark for her, but her eye makeup, her actual eye makeup, looked nice. I don't know who did the shadow, but and you could tell it was two different colors.
Two
Her
different
neck was a
colors.
different color than her face. I was like,
Yeah.
who did that?
I
Who did
blame
that?
Paige.
I was
She
so
should've
upset
been
by
her
that because I was just like, you know, you got this girl sitting on this reunion with playing reruns of Chris saying that she's ugly in the face, and then you got
Yes.
her looking crazy with this makeup. I'm like,
And
see,
she already has this nervous smile. No, I absolutely agree.
yeah.
So let's go here. We started off with Brie. When I started off, I said that's the only good thing I had to say about Brie. I mean, about the whole show. Brie makeup was flawless. But with that being said, like you said, Paige knew better. You need to hire a good makeup artist. You know, like even like you hear stars like Vivica Fox and you know them like say that you know when they do movies that they have to bring their own people. You
Yeah.
know the truth about the, you have to be ready. Like you
Well,
can't.
what's interesting is, do you guys remember the wedding? The black makeup artist did Virginia's makeup, and then she started drinking and sweating, and then she looked like a purple, like somebody blacked her eyes out. Her eyes, all the purple was all over her face. But when she first got it done, it was so pretty. And then all of a sudden, the day went along, and I was like, now you just look like a sweaty mess. So I don't know who did. The same girl needed to do Paige's. Just the foundation was too dark.
I think Brie came her own. Because there's certain things that you just don't do. Like, if I'm in a wedding and your makeup artist is whack, I'm not using your makeup artist. You're not having me taking pictures and looking crazy.
But look, I got one point to make though. I'm starting to wonder what type of friends does Paige have, because
that's what I'm saying.
When I saw they said like the friend said about eating booty, I was like, what? What kind of friends she be around? Like, what kind of friends she have?
Yes.
Wait, what I miss, Dee Dee?
Yeah.
Maria laughing, y'all. When did I miss that? Her friends at the reception said about
You
something?
No, when all the girls got together, like right before the wedding, one of the bridal parties, one of the little get-togethers.
Unseen, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they spoke
her
about
friends were
eating
like, "Are you
booty, and
gonna eat
like
his butt?"
Paige says she ain't gonna eat no booty.
Yeah.
Well, we know that her friends wasn't really
She may
looking
not
out
eat
for her
no
from
booty,
jumping.
but she ate a whole bunch of Chris's shit.
What did you say?
What Isis?
Y'all heard Isis.
Yes.
No, I didn't. I heard something.
I'll
I didn't
repeat.
hear the whole thing. What did you say, Isis?
Let me repeat. She may not eat the booty, but she damn sure ate a whole bunch of Chris's shit.
Yes.
Facts.
That's true.
That is very true. That is very true.
Dee Dee, since we talk about appearances, somebody in the chat want to know, what did you think about the pastor hair?
It looked better than when he met with Paige.
Let me see. Let me check to see
Dee
my
got
hairline.
waves tonight.
No, I'm trying to see my hairline not drawn, because it looked like a draw his hairline. So I'm just okay.
I
My
will
hairline
say
is not
I was
drawn.
paying extra attention to like his hairline this time, and he didn't have that extra bold Sharpie marker connecting his hairline to his eyebrows this time.
He got roasted.
I was like, okay, Pastor, you must have heard some of these reviews, because that hairline needed its own show. Okay?
Absolutely. His hairline walked in 10 feet before him.
Like I said, and I'll say again, where is Papa Smooth when you need Papa Smooth? Because he and Chris look like two Smurfs on TV.
They did look like two Smurfs.
But can we go back to Brianna? Okay, so I didn't care about her makeup. It looked okay. Her makeup looked pretty, but I think she was trying to channel Karen Decision Day with the hair. And I was like, close but no cigar, with all these tendrils going everywhere. I was like, Karen,
you talking about Brianna?
Yeah, Brianna. Brianna was trying to.
Brianna look cute. I like
the
the
hair. She was trying to do the same thing Karen did. On decision day,
Brianna
and,
does wear
Karen, you
often.
no cigar. I'm sorry, it wasn't no comparison.
Karen
Well,
killed it. I will
it
say
worked for
that.
me
Karen
though.
killed it. Karen killed it.
Yeah.
If Miles was gonna say, he even said I was gonna say no up until decision day, and she walked in that red dress. I'm telling you, Karen killed it. And Brianna,
Oh, we lost her.
she said, you know what? This whole time I'm just kind of revealing and stuff, or so she was like mock turtleneck and little flowers. She changed up. She said, let me change all the way.
Well, I thought Brianna was beautiful. Her makeup was done nicely.
Yeah, I think she was.
But I would have chose a different dress. But that's just me. The dress was giving me like when Kim Kardashian was pregnant on the red carpet vibes. Remember? Or was it Beyonce? No, it was Beyonce, right?
It was Kim. It was Kim.
It was Kim? Okay. Like,
terrible.
The dress is not my style. I would have chose something different for her, but she was beautiful.
I think she was trying to change up the style from what she's done this whole season. Yeah.
All right. So tell me what you guys think about what Jacob said last night, because like I said, I tuned into his live last night and he said Haley, prior to their marriage, Haley was seeing some other guy because Clara it slipped out of Clara's mouth. And he said that's why, because I remember there was one scene where he asked her, was she seeing someone else? And then he said, because I was wondering, why would he accuse her of seeing someone else without we not knowing anything? But last night he spilled it on his live and he said that I think either 3 days or 7 days prior to the wedding, she was out with some dude.
But honestly, I don't think that's a bad thing because they don't get notified till 2 weeks before if they were even selected to get married. So yeah, you're going through this process, but there's no guarantee that they're going to find you someone. So if you're already dating or you're dating, why would you stop?
But
because you don't know for a fact that in 2 weeks that you're going to be picked.
We've been bamboozled, okay? These people been lying. Production, these people been lying to us. Because you know they had her narrative was that she was single for all these years, and we spent 2-3 weeks on Dee Dee's panel and other channels talking about why was she single for this amount of time.
But single doesn't mean not dating. Single
that's what I said, situationship. So she was trying to make it like she was just sitting over there, I don't know.
Minding her own business.
I think she said that she's been single for 7 years. But besides that, we all know that this production, it doesn't just start 2 weeks prior. You have to go through a whole process. I don't know how Chris, we keep saying, how did Chris slip by? Because they do psychological testing. They do all of these things. You get weeded down. There's hundreds of people, then you get down to 10 people. So probably at, I'm going to say, like, I guess 5 or 10 that, okay, I'm possibly going to be chosen for this show. So she knew, and yes, she might have been dating, but also sleeping with somebody.
Even if I knew and was sleeping with somebody, it's an experiment, like Ryan said. And until you told me, let me finish. Until you've told me that I've been selected and have a husband, I don't know why I should stop my pursuit of finding a mate. 2 weeks.
So what you trying to say? Jacob is petty then?
Jacob is petty. I like Jacob, but with respect to that, I feel like he's kind of petty because I don't know you. I didn't know you 2 weeks ago. I have no loyalty to you. Now, if I was just engaged to somebody, I feel that's different. But I'm in a process.
So, Isis, let's go here. Okay, with Jacob and Haley. So let's say it was trash because she tried to come on here and was like on the reunion and was like, well, once I tried to do, it was no other attraction, so I thought maybe we could have a physical attraction. She took a page from Chris' book. Okay, but needless to say, but he was trying to figure. I think Jacob was genuinely trying to figure out what's wrong with the girl. Like, you're disappearing, you're going down. She was moving crazy, and so I think he was just trying to figure out, like, make a rational reason to why she was behaving this way, because all the stuff she was doing, just like later on he said she didn't have a job. You don't even have a job, girl. Where you going at 9 o'clock? When she supposedly met the other people, the couples downstairs, And he's just like, okay, I don't have a problem getting women, because he said he was dating someone prior to the show. So it wasn't like he had a problem. It was just like, what's wrong with this girl? But he finally like said that he think that she just was never like attracted to him because she was looking for a certain type of corporate American guy. And he just didn't.
High value man.
Haley thinks she looks like Jennifer Aniston, and she was hoping that this show she would be discovered. She ain't never want him or nobody else.
You think so, Isis? Who told her that?
Look at her. Look at her next week.
Yo, okay, so you guys, I heard somebody say they thought Haley looked like Woody off Toy Story.
That's hilarious.
I was like, y'all are so wrong. Because when I looked at them side by side, I was like, yeah, I can see it.
Honestly, she looks like a cheerleader. Like Dee Dee was in the episode. She looks like a sorority girl. She was a cheerleader in high school. She went to college and was a sorority girl. Not saying that she's ugly. She's got a plain look. But her attitude is trash. And I think that's why I just don't care for her, because she just, the way she does things, she covers it up and she never tells the truth. And that's what Jacob was trying to like call her out on. So I don't think so much that he was petty. He was just like, girl, I'm too old for these games. Just, tell me what it is.
Say what it is. Mean what you say. I
think that Kia has a point. You're moving mad. Like, okay, so you blurted out.
That word too.
You're moving mad. You blurted out. So Clara blurts out that you had a date, that you were seeing somebody a week ago or 7 days ago before you got married. Now it's 3 weeks later. She goes downstairs in Las Vegas and has drinks with the girls. And next thing you know, like she's not telling him everything. She's not talking to him. She's not actually communicating. And he finds out that she was dating somebody a week ago. Then stuff starts to spin in his head, and she's like, well, maybe she's taking calls from this guy. He doesn't know because he doesn't know her. So I think that it kind of stands to reason why he would accuse her of that.
And not so much accusing. He was trying to make sense of it, because I noticed the older I get, I'm direct now. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, well, okay, Crystal, were you sleeping? I called you because I called you 6 times. So it's just like one of the things he was just trying to get to the bottom of it. Like, okay, like I'm sitting here feeling like the third wheel on this show. I got this contract where I'm supposed to keep showing up, but what am I supposed to work with?
And we also found out that he was trying to get out of it 4 weeks. Into 4 weeks. He didn't want to stay the full time, but he got talked into, of course, staying that whole time.
Let's talk about the Ali's favorite couple, and then I'm done with that, because honestly, I'm really tired of Married at First Sight, and that it's not nothing new. But let's talk about
Wolverine.
Clara and Ryan.
Yeah, Wolverine and Jay Leno. Yeah, I don't know why she's trying to bring the sexy, because she knows that man don't want her. She knows that man don't want her. But they're gonna get remarried, and he told her he loves her. He didn't tell her he loved you. He just felt ambushed. He felt ambushed into saying something, because my messy in the interview was being so messy. He had no choice. Because look,
because Pussy said I think I love her. Then when he felt pressured, he was like, hey, I love you, and he kissed her.
Why would that be my first time hearing it on the national TV? Like, wouldn't you be like telling me that while you rubbing my feet while we watching TV or something? Like, I love you.
Listen, Kia, that happens in fairyland, yeah? Because one thing for sure, this man cannot bring home Clive to the homecoming after Sunday church. He cannot bring home Clive. He has to bring home Clara and her chin, yeah? Jay Leno has to go back with him. After the show, or is his family going to disown him because he's not allowed clearly to be who he wants to be? Look, he's got a whole new appearance.
I can't look at Sarah without seeing Jay Leno now.
Exactly. Look, Jay Leno gonna go back. She's gonna gobble like Pac-Man in the 80s. Yeah, and they're gonna stay happily married. He's gonna remarry her. He's gonna tell her once in a while, I love you. He's gonna pat her on the head. She's gonna get to work with her mouth. And in the morning, he's gonna say for sure goodbye. He's not into her. He's not into her. And it's quite sad as well. On a serious note, it's sad because he's just using her. She deserves so much better, but she's so desperate to be loved. She doesn't know her worth.
I have to say, Kevin pushing Kevin pushing Ryan to say I love you. I was like, come on, Claire. This man, he doesn't actually love you. He didn't actually say it. Somebody pushed him to say that. So, and also this barbershop mustache just killed me. I was like, this old time barbershop mustache. I said, this also, I know that he's very meticulous and he needs structure in his life. So he likes to dress quirky and different and everything. I'm actually cool with the dressing quirky and different and being to have a different style. But it also just proves that you don't know yourself.
Yeah,
You don't actually
I don't know.
having your own identity. You don't have your own identity to do that.
I really do not know what is wrong with Ryan, but there's something definitely wrong with Ryan. Like he struggles with his emotions. I don't know what he must have had a bad experience or something, but that guy really struggles with
Nothing ain't
showing
wrong
his
with Ryan,
emotions.
Dee. Ryan wants Clive, not Clara. That's what's wrong with him. And he knows he cannot bring her home to cut the turkey open on Thanksgiving. He cannot go home without Jay Leno. And that's the problem. He's not allowed to be himself because from his world, you never know how those parents and the community think about, a guy with a guy or whatever. In modern times, it's fine. It's no problem. But in the community, probably where he's from, everybody will have a problem with it. You look, he's trying to disguise himself as a barbershop, tenor or whatever he is. He's Wolverine. He should just come as Wolverine. That's it.
So what do y'all think about them trying? I was like, okay, maybe that was going to be the big reveal, was that they consummated, but I don't think they consummated.
And like you said, but you see how they played it as a game. Like y'all, like first of all, Ryan, you're not 12. You're a grown man, okay? So who cares if you had sex or not? If you married to the woman, move on. So they was like playing that game for TV. Like, come on now, we tired of y'all. Like, let's go.
He said, "Sorry, mom." He said, "Sorry, mom." I was like, "You're a grown man."
What do y'all think about?
Hold on, go ahead, Isis.
I was gonna say, what do y'all think about Claire saying that she knows he loves her because he puts gas in her tank and he watches her dog when she's away at
gas in my tank.
For her, that was him showing her that he loved her.
Oh.
I'm
starting to think Clara is low-key Virginia. She drinking because for Clara to
she's low-key Paige. She's low-key Paige.
Yeah, well, that's
Kevin was right. Kevin was right.
Because Clara, that the man is just being what do you call it? Kind. Because that's your wife. You open the door for her, you put gas in the car. That's what a man's supposed to do.
But if that's not your love language, it really don't mean the same to you. I thank you, but it's not my love language.
But how are they planning on renewing vows or whatever? And he hadn't even said, "I love you."
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah, but Maria.
That's what I was about to say.
But
Kevin
he said it on the show.
But they was planning prior, Dee. They was planning prior to the show. They was planning this.
Yes. Kevin said, "How are you going to plan a vow renewal and you haven't said I love you?" I said he knows how to pull it out of you because that makes no sense. Yeah. That's exactly right. You can't do that.
I'm trying to figure out which man would say I'd tell on the divorce. Ryan said, "I think I love you," and Clara just sat there. You think? You have to think about if you love me.
But wait. Ryan he has convinced her that he's just that deep, that he's so deep, that he evaluates love in a different way. And he's just absolutely not going to say it until he feel it on a metaphysical, quantum physics type level. And it's like, it's not that deep, son. Seriously.
So let's go here. Isis, between naps. So do you remember when Ryan... So on this episode, when he was talking about love, so he said they played it back when he said it would be a feeling that he never felt before. So you're telling me you don't know what love, like even like there's different loves from your parents, from your family members or whatever. But for him it just seemed like a lie to me. For you to spend all these years and you don't know what love feels like, oh, it's just gonna be a feeling that I don't know, I've never felt before. Like,
it's because he's so deep. You gotta understand that he wants us to believe that he's on this genius level of deepness and depth. That the love can't be what any normal person would say. I care about this person. It's turning into love because of you've had this feeling. His feeling again for her. This is the pitch he's feeding Dumbo, is that you have to have it at this different level because he's so bright. You know what I'm saying? Because this is how he's going to convince her that the quirkiness in him that she sees is because he's so deep. He's so intelligent. He's different. He's helping me. But in reality, he's playing you because that boy gay. Point blank, period. That boy gay. I've been saying that, and I'm not going to ever stop saying that. That boy gay. Me and Diali know what's up. That boy
so
gay.
It was the beard for me.
Clive, not Clara. Clive,
Did
not
you
Clara.
see his best friend? This is when I absolutely knew this boy was gay. When he went to talk to his best friend. Did you see how his best friend looked? They mirror each other. Think about gay couples. They mirror each other. I promise you, boyfriend is tricky sticky. Listen, he's playing her and making her think that this stuff happens like this because he's so deep. And she has to believe it too. Because she knows any normal person know that a man is going to have sex with his wife. Come on. We grown.
Well, after
I'm sorry,
Diali,
I'm writing down the word tricky sticky. I gotta write that.
You what?
I had to write down the word tricky sticky. I'm put that somewhere.
Diali, go ahead because after you give your contribution, I'm about to wrap this up.
Look, what you can understand on the show that you don't want your parents to see you banging the life out of the woman that you know married to, on the show. But at the same time, what's stopping him from flinging her around the room when them cameras have cut and everything's done? There's nothing stopping him. He's not seeing her like that, and she's so desperate to be loved. She's letting this man just use her just like a prop. And it's so sad. It's so sad. It's comedy, but it's sad.
All right, guys. Okay, let's start with Kia. Any last words?
How many hours did we entertain them? I want my time back. What's
because I started watching that last night and I was like, okay. I was
done. I don't have any, like I said, last words. I'm just glad it's over. I hope they don't do another reunion or something like the life after the wedding. I hope it's just over. I hope we just don't have to see it.
I think I need to go back to 90 Day Fiancé. I think I'll start back doing my lives at 90 Day Fiancé.
That's just as bad.
No, I mean, no, it's just as bad, but it's better because it's like I say, like every time I do that live, it's like we just talking about the same thing over and over. Like there's nothing new, nothing different. Chris still the same way, Paige still the same way, Ryan still haven't given to her yet. We got the two slopes.
It's just part one.
It's the same thing just over and over and over. Like I don't know, that show is just I'm getting so, like, according to Shanae, I'm just tired. I'm so tired of that thing just over and over. Like we're discussing the same thing over and over. I'm not seeing any difference. But Crystal, any last words?
We talked about their outfits. We talked about their makeup and everything. The only kind of shining moment, I feel like every season there's one couple that's a good couple, and then the other ones is just fodder for just a source for our amusement. And Brianna and Vincent, she moved into that 1-bedroom apartment. She started just compromising, and she started to just see his point of view, and it just seemed like they were a cute couple. They do have work to do. I'm not discounting that, but I do think that they were I was glad to see them. That was it. That's all I have to say. And they were cute. So that was it.
Isis?
I only have one thing to say. I am over it. I'm done. I'm over it. I don't want no more. Can we stop, please?
Diali.
I want the producers to stop holding Chris back. I want him to just to be let go and see if he can really fight. You know, I want someone to either hit him with a fist. I want someone to either hit him with a fist or hit him with a Bible. You know, because he needs healing. He needs healing badly, and he needs putting in his place.
Yeah, that's true. Crystal, she sent me a message earlier. She was right. If anybody can chime in before we get off, if Pastor Dwight and Chris had to fight, who did you think would win?
Pastor Dwight.
Kia?
I got Pastor Dwight.
Pastor Dwight, ISIS, yeah.
First of all, they both gonna be sliding on Dr. Dwight Jerry Curl juice, so they.
There's that.
I love it. I say Chris because he's immature and he's gonna gouge your eyes out like a teenage girl. So I think
the way Chris move act like he ain't never really been in a fight before. Because you would have some level of street smarts about yourself that you would know how not to move in certain situations.
No,
true.
but just
I think he has an anger issue. Like he would fight crazy. Like
that's true. He's a little bit unpredictable too. So
unpredictable is what I'm. Yeah, like because he's from Chicago, but he still don't know what he's doing.
Y'all ain't catch the live. He was trying to meet everybody in the live. Well, you not ready for that. You're not about that life for real. So like I said, I think we just been
look. Alan said Dwight not gonna mess up his hairline.
He gonna have to go back to the salon after that.
Right.
But I think Chris would win. The reason why I think Chris would win because he's from. He said he's not. He's from Chicago. I guess maybe he's been.
Maria, jump in. Just because you're from Chicago, just for you from Detroit or whatever, don't mean you can fight.
Not that alone, here. And he's also been in the army, so he must know a little bit about self-defense because it teaches you to defend yourself in the army.
Didi, that man is all bark and no bite. Any real person who wants to bring it, you're gonna jump up in that man's face and you're gonna grab him up there and then. You ain't gonna say, meet me round the back. Meet me round the back to what? Shut up, man. Shut up.
And they wouldn't have waited to the show because a real man ain't gonna tell you what he gonna do. He just gonna knock you out or do whatever he has to do.
Exactly.
All that talking, nah.
Dwight,
Didi don't believe a word he says.
That might have messed up his bag though, because I know that these reality shows, if you throw one punch, then you're off. Like, no, you don't. That's it. I can't remember the previous show. I can't remember the previous show, but he got in a fight. And that's it. He was off. The whole contract was null and void. So,
but what I'm saying is, they both in these ATL streets. So if he really wanted to get at pastor, he could have went to the church and got at pastor.
He could just K and G's.
Chris need a good old fashioned whooping. I wonder if he ever got a whooping. You know what I'm saying?
Last night when he was on Instagram, he said
a belt or one of them switches from the tree out there.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's what he was growing up.
He was so angry last night on Instagram. He said, anybody want to fight him, let him know he's going to buy them a plane ticket to come to Atlanta to fight him. I was like,
yeah, fight me. I would love to fight him. I would love to fight him.
He turned it into
something wrong with that man last night. Whoever his people were, they should have said, get off, came to his house and took his phone. Because he was just like on a rant. I was like,
yeah, he was really angry last night. He was cussing out everybody. The people out in his life.
I know.
And then surprisingly, the majority of people was like in the chat going off on him. Why you following
me? He was like, you know what? F you guys, like because they kept on coming at him. He was like, somebody say, you ugly Chris. He was like, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this.
But these people are trolls. Like if he did all of this and then he's gonna get extra sensitive when somebody tells him he's ugly. Are you kidding me?
Right.
Oh please.
Exactly. He been terrorizing Paige. Now when they terrorize him online, he's like, man, I'm tired of this. He's like, F you, a whole bunch of F's. I was like, oh my.
Yeah,
but anyways,
he flew off the handle so quick. I said, "This man has anger issues."
He does.
I'm so glad
he does. He has anger issues, and I think he needs to see a therapist or you go to some group meetings where he's Chris is angry about something inside. Like you can literally because the way he just lash out, there's definitely something that's bothering him that make him just lash out like that.
He
But I
probably
don't know what
wants
it is.
Ryan.
Y'all waste
He
y'all
probably
time
wants
thinking
Ryan.
about their life.
He probably
Diali
wants what,
said he
Diali?
wants Ryan.
He probably wants Ryan and he's upset because they cannot swap couples.
Diali, bye.
Okay, we gonna
Share
do all of that. I gotta go
scoops.
to my dinner.
Say again, Maria.
Oh no, I was just laughing at Diali. She stayed
Yeah,
cracking me up.
Diali, boy, Diali just think of the things. I don't know when she thinking of those things, but she has come up with some things. Anyways, guys, thank you for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for leaving a comment. Thank you for hitting the like button. Don't forget to check out Maria's channel, people. We have some good discussions on Maria's channel,
Yes.
and she's doing really good. Yeah, we have some good
Thanks,
stuff.
Dee. Yes, guys.
And
Subscribe to my channel. We're gonna be bringing some hot discussions, and
yeah, she come up with some good topics. You also have my sister Lola. You can check out Lola's channel. Well, my boy Kojo, Little Black Book 91. You already know what it is. He got the minerals. So just let's just support one another as Black people. We're not fighting down, tearing down one another. We're supporting and loving one another. So I like to say, on three, guys, let's get out of here. 1, 2, 3. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.